Kiami Davael. I'm sitting here kicking it with my girl, Kelly Brew. You guys make sure you check out her website, which is KELLIEBREW.com. And you can find more information about me on all of my social media. My Instagram is official Kiami Davael. My Twitter is Kiami Davael. And my Facebook is the same name, Kiami Davael. I look forward to hearing from you guys soon.
Awesome. Foremost, you know, I definitely wanted to start off by saying it's an honor to have you here today. Matilda is absolutely one of my favorite movies.
Thank you so much.
You actually played, you know, Matilda's best friend in the movie Lavender. So you all are still friends in real life.
We are.
That's
I call
so
her
cool.
My sister from another mother.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I used to tease my kids about the chokey all the time. It's like, but you're the chokey.
They probably got scared, didn't they?
I think it worked a little bit. But what have you been up to? What's been going on? Tell us about some of the things you're working on now.
Man, so much. Since I know people have probably last seen me, I ventured into actually writing. So I've written my own short film called Reckless. We got that produced. I actually also graduated with a bachelor's degree in psychology from the University of Kentucky. So I took some time, you know, to get my education, to do some of that and make sure that I was well-rounded. And so now that I am back on the scene, I am continuing writing, but I'm actually switching gears a little bit, kind of back to where it all began, which is my music.
Okay.
So I'm writing lyrics, and I am working as we speak on my debut single. So
oh wow,
I'm excited about that.
That's cool. Oh gosh. I'm like so afraid of lightning, so please excuse us, guys.
Okay, I'm not a huge fan either.
Excuse us, guys. It's storming out here in Atlanta today. So you know, speaking of the, you know, you acting from such a young age, a lot of child stars go through the ringer, you know. How have you managed to stay focused and like separate your career from your personal life?
I think that really it all starts with just that solid foundation. My mom and I are extremely close. So my mom has been one of those individuals who has helped keep me grounded. You know, helped keep me humble, helped keep me, you know, on the straight and narrow, so to speak. And more so than anything, I think it's also just my strong faith and, you know, my belief in God and knowing that, you know, I have a purpose. So to make sure, you know, that I stay focused and continue to just, as they say, stay prayed up, which I totally believe in.
Yes.
So I think that's really been just the biggest thing for me, is to make sure that I'm staying prayed up and I'm walking the path that God would have me to walk. So I think in doing those things, like I said, and along with my mother, it's pretty much kept me focused and grounded. So
okay, so like, how do you pronounce your name the proper way? Is Kiami?
yeah, it is Davael.
Davael. Okay, that's so fancy. Where did you get a fabulous name like that from? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Okay, well, my mom actually made my name up. It's actually, if you want to technically pronounce it correctly, it's Kiami. It's Kia and Ami put together, and it's Kiami. And Davael is my middle name. And so that's my stage name. I go by Kiami Davael. And you know, a little bit about me. I was born in Kentucky. I lived there until I was about almost 8. And a small town country girl, I think, with just a lot of big city energy. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. I've been acting and singing since I can remember. I started out modeling, actually, at a very young age, and it just kind of sprung from there.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask you, you know, how did you get into the industry? Because we know that you've been around for a while. Like, you're not new to this. Like, don't get it twisted. She's not new to this.
No, ma'am, I am not. No, that's actually how I got my start. I started out modeling. I'm in a small town called Lexington, Kentucky, with a modeling agency called Images. So I started there. I went on to do different type of showcases, modeling showcases and conventions. One was actually in Los Angeles and one was in New York. So we did that, and I ended up with a manager, and I pretty much moved from Kentucky all the way to LA, and rest is pretty much history, and I've been doing what I love ever since. I've always felt that this has kind of been my calling. I've known pretty much since I was 2, 3 that this is really what I wanted to do. So I'm just grateful that I have the opportunity to do what I love.
Okay. Yeah, that's always definitely a blessing. So with a lot of us being familiar with you from the Matilda School movie, and you just mentioned that, you know, you went to college and everything. Tell us, what was maybe one of the craziest things you've ever done in school? High school, college, whatever.
Oh gosh. The craziest thing.
Or did you like ever get in trouble? Or
No, I'm gonna tell you, I was one of those super good kids. And now, not saying that I didn't have my share of fun. Not gonna say that. But I was always one of those individuals who was afraid that my mother would pop around the corner.
Oh yes.
So you know what I mean?
The old school days, girl, like I know.
That's how I was. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna need to just behave and
right.
act like I got some sense. And it's so funny because I went to school in Kentucky, and my mother was living actually in Boston at the time. But my aunt, my mom's baby sister, lived right up the street from me. So I would be, you know, wanting to go and do something crazy, and I'd be like, nah, because be my luck, my aunt pop around the corner, then she'll tell my mama. So
it's a wrap.
Exactly. So I was pretty much one of those good kids, and you know, like I said, I had my share of fun, and maybe went to a few parties I should not have been at. But
right.
maybe.
I get it. Are you dating anybody now?
No, not at the moment. No,
Okay.
I am single.
Okay, fellas, she's single, ready to mingle in Atlanta. What brings you to Atlanta, by the way?
Well, first of all, I love Atlanta. I love the atmosphere. I love the energy. Right now, I'm actually out here working. I'm recording, and I've got a couple of casting directors I'm meeting with, and so different things.
I hear you're presenting an award tomorrow.
I am.
Okay.
I am going to be presenting also at the Influence Her award show.
Okay.
So I'm very, very, very excited about that. I'm not 100% sure of, you know, what to expect because I've never actually attended this show. So I'm excited just to kind of be a part of it, and it's for such a good cause. It's also for March of Dimes as well. So I'm excited to be a part of it. So it should definitely be fun. So that's kind of what I'm doing here, and you know, maybe a little laid back time in between.
So I noticed that you also do production and plays, and you teach classes as well. So like, what are some of the things that you may say to some of your students to keep them motivated? Because you teach other aspiring actors. And
I do.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that I will always say is make sure that whatever you do, especially in this industry, in this art craft, that you do it from your heart. You know, because it's so easy to tell when you're acting or when you're just singing lyrics and it's not something that's, you know, you're passionate about, and it's not something that's from the heart. So I always tell them to never give up. That's one of the biggest things, and to honestly and truly keep the passion alive, because unfortunately in this industry you'll be told no a lot more times than you'll actually be told yes. So you have to make sure that you are grounded within yourself, and that you know that this is absolutely what you are supposed to do, and that you are 1,000, 2,000% dedicated to it. Because if you're not, and you let that no kind of make you waver a little bit, you're not going to be able to withstand anything else.
Right. You definitely need that thick skin.
Absolutely.
So, you mentioned that you was from Kentucky. I guess that's kind of southern.
A little bit, yeah.
So, right now, you know, there's been a lot of, in the news, a lot of, you know, police brutality, and there's issues with the Confederate flag and the situation that just happened in Charleston. How are you feeling about that right now? Do you feel like it's fair that they're discontinuing the Confederate flag in a lot of these southern states now?
You know, I think that, first and foremost, I think that there's still racial injustices. I definitely do believe in that, and I think that that Confederate flag can definitely be a sore spot. You know, so whatever it may take to help everybody be able to live peacefully and to be able to live on one accord, and at the end of the day understanding that we are all human. I get cut, I'm going to bleed the same blood as anybody else.
Like, exactly, like we're all human.
Exactly. So that's kind of how, I'm feeling about it now. And I just feel that, it just takes the time to just, a lot of the times when there are things going on, you don't always have to resort to violence. You can just sit down and be able to talk to somebody. Now, if they're being belligerent and, it's a totally different story. If they're putting themselves or somebody else in harm's way. But a lot of the times there's so much reaction and there's not enough just observation. So that's pretty much where I'm at with it right now. I just want people to be able to just think before you act and allow us, whatever that means, to be able to live on this earth as the brother and sister that I think God intended for us to be.
I totally agree. So what we've always wondered, did you, if you don't mind us asking, did you come from a multicultural background or?
No.
I'm sure people ask you that all the time.
They do.
Especially with your name.
Exactly. That's part of it. Yes, actually, no. Both of my parents are black. My mom is black and my father was black as well. My father was just very light. So I think I have more of, his color. But I have a lot of different ethnicities down the line. I have, I have full-blooded German. I have Indian. I have Asian. Oh gosh, so many. My mom calls me the United Nations child because it's just so much. But
wow, okay.
But my immediate parents are both.
Okay, because I was gonna ask if you like experience those different. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Black Girls, Light Girls documentaries that Bill Duke had recently done.
Yes.
And I was gonna ask if you had ever, just growing up, experienced any, of those issues that came up in the documentaries.
Most definitely. They were so fantastic.
I know, weren't they?
So good.
Bill Duke is actually working on a new film that is supposed to be the true story of Nat Turner. So I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, back to the question at hand.
We digress.
Right.
Actually, I have. I've had a lot of times where people will say, you think you're better because you're light-skinned, or you think you're better because you have long hair, or I'll get a lot of the time, you don't have black girl hair. Okay, I don't know what that means. But okay, all I know is I have hair just like everybody else.
Right.
So I don't know.
That's so crazy. The beautiful thing about being black is that we're so different.
Thank you.